I want to discuss about the chapter 3. So that's stages and child development and their education arrangement. So all this time I have explained you about like how exactly the child psychology goes, what are we going to study in the child psychology, and like why it is so important, for you as a teacher or as a parent to know about psychology, why it is very important. We have looked into all those things. Now I had also explained you we are going to look into the stages and development of their education arrangement. In what stages exactly an education should be given accordingly, correct? So there is an age to learn everything. Do you all agree with me? You all agree with me. There is an age to learn everything, okay? All of a sudden a newborn baby cannot speak, correct? All of a sudden a 5th standard child cannot do his engineering, correct? Or all of a sudden, like, okay, forget about that at least. For example, if the child is already 5 to 6 years and still doesn't know to pronounce ABCD or tell ABCD, will it make some difference? So the child has to undergo certain education according to their stages. That is what we are going to learn here, okay? This age as a vigilance of mind, rapidness of sense organs, okay? First we are going to study about the infancy. Infancy stage starts from when to when? It starts from 0 to 2 years, 2.5 years to 3 years, okay? The infancy is nothing but innocent stage, what we can call it as, okay? It starts from 0 to 3 years or 2.5 years or 3 years, depends upon the growth and development. So first we are going to look in, so what are all the stages that we are going to look into this stages and development of their education arrangement? First we are going to look into the infancy, the characteristics of infancy period. What do you mean by characteristics? What do you mean by characteristics? Yes, this is how it's going to be. It's an importance. This is how it's going to work out. This is how their behavior will be. This is what is been expected in this stage, correct? This is how the children should be. So this is called as a characteristics. First we are going to study about the infancy, the characteristics in the infancy period. So next we are going to look into the importance of infancy period. Next we are going to look into the form of an education in infancy period. So what are their behaviors, what are their growth and development, we are going to look into the characteristics. Then what exactly should be given in an education, what exactly should be added as an education to a 3 years child, what exactly we should consider as an education for 3 years child. We are going to look into the form of education in infancy period. Likewise, we are going to look into the childhood. Childhood starts from when? When exactly the childhood will start from? 3 years. 3 years. Childhood. After infancy, the next stage is a childhood, correct? When exactly the childhood is going to start? From 3 years. When exactly the childhood is going to end? Yes, you are all right. Exactly, the childhood is going to end by around 12 years. Before the child is stepping into the teen, that is teenage, that is 13, 14 years or whatever, correct? Before 12 years it is considered as a childhood. Again we are going to look into the characteristics of childhood. Here the main characteristics of childhood, okay? Then we are going to look into the education arrangement of in childhood, that is nature of child in a childhood. Then we are going to look into the education arrangement. Then the adolescence, what we are going to look into. Adolescence is what? After 16 years. After 16 years, but adulthood will start when? From 18 years. When the adulthood is going to end? By 60 years. We are going to look into this physical development changes, mental development changes and social development changes. Many changes we are going to look into. Okay. So now I am going to start with the infancy period. Okay. So in this period, infancy period, the age is vigilance of mind, rapidness of sense organs, excessiveness of learning and understanding the prime excellence. Okay. So the little human being is frequently a finished product in this 4th or a 5th year. Okay. So the child will be the human being will be a finished product by 4 or a 3.5 years or 4 years or whatever, depends upon their growth and development. So the characteristics, what are all the characteristics at this age? we are going to look into. So if somebody has 2 years children, 3 years children, 4 years children, 5 years children, 6 years children, or the children up to 12 years, this chapter is very important. Many of the times you will be thinking like, why exactly my child is behaving like this? Why exactly my child is talking like this? Why exactly my child is asking lot of questions like this? Why exactly my child is not listening to me? Why exactly the child is acting like a matured fellow? So many questions you will be having in your mind. The first point would be rapidity in physical development. What do you mean by rapidity in physical development? The physical development will be so rapid. I'll tell you one example for this. For example, the child is born. So the papa is there here with him for 1 month, with a newborn baby, okay, and then papa is going to travel somewhere outside for around 6 months. Papa is going to travel somewhere around for 6 months. Again he is going to come back, and if you just show him around 2 to 3 babies together, will he be able to find out which is his baby? He will be able to. 1 month he would have seen his baby. Now the baby is 6 months. Till this time he never had a chance to look at his baby. There are 4 to 5 babies together. Can he able to make who is his child? Forget about father. Yeah, father might find it out. Forget about father. Father will always find it out. He will get to know about it. Think about a third party. Think about a third party, maybe uncle, aunt or whomsoever. Will they be able to find out? Yes, it is little difficult to find out. Why? Because at this age the physical development is very fast. Maybe likewise till 3 years, if somebody is missing that period, and again if they are going to come back to see that particular child, they will not be able to make out that child. But after 3 years, after 3 or 4 years, so if you would have seen the child and again after 2 years you are coming back and seeing the same particular child, will you be able to make out? Yes, we are able to make out. When we are going to see a child by around 4 years, then after 2 years in a gap we are going to see the child again. So aramse we are able to make out it. So but in this stage, in the infancy period, the growth and development is very fast. Today the child is going to cry, tomorrow the child is going to recognize, after a month the child is going to sit, after a month the child is going to crawl, after 2 months the child is going to walk, after 3 months the child is going to run. By first year, by the birth till first year or the second year, the child is going to do all this activity and start running. The physical development will be very fast at this point of time, okay. So that is the why it is so very important. The preschool is, I am going to explain you why exactly this preschool is very important. I am going to tell you in the future education system, okay. Development suddenly takes a slow speed after 3 years of a childbirth. It provides such a sense up to the 3 years of age. The growth of a child, physical development goes ahead rapidly. So after 3.5 years, the speed will slow down. So pungency in mental development. Pungency in mental development is nothing but mild to hard. So pungency is nothing but it is mild to hard, the meaning of it. The child starts thinking about more and more which he finds around his environment. He wants to know about each and everything. That's the reason all this is there in mind continuously, because of the curiosity. Due to curiosity, pungency is mild to hard. He will get to know, he will start gauging, he will start recognizing, he will start identifying, he will start exploring, he will start looking around, he will start asking the questions. So always it will be running in his mind like, why exactly this is this color, this is this color, or this is this shape, why exactly the train will go on a why can't the train cannot go on a road, but why the bus cannot go on a track, something. All these things will be getting into his mind, and this is something like mild to hard. The mental development, it is going to become little harder at this point of time. So next is strongness in learning process. What do you mean by strongness in learning process? What do you mean by strongness in learning process? He is going to learn more and more and more and more and more. So this stage is nothing but only meant for learning. So only meant for learning, and what exactly we have to make them to learn at this point of time, I am going to explain in the next paragraph, that is the formation of the form of an education in an infancy period. What kind of education should be given for these children when they have that urge, when they have that curiosity, when they are learning more? Why it is very, very important for them to learn here? We are going to let you know that also. Basic behaviors is activities like hungry, sleep, anger, etc. During infancy stage, when the child feels hungry, he starts crying and puts every object in his mouth very rapidly. So maybe they might not, all the child will not they will not start speaking by 2 years. Maybe some people will take 2 years or 2.5 years or 3 years or whatever, according to their hereditary development and many or so. But they will start expressing it, correct? They will start expressing it. If they want the water, how are they going to ask the 1.5-year child or 2 years child? Something like this. The child is going to ask for water, correct? And if they want to take something, if they want to buy something, even though if they do not know to speak, how exactly they are going to express, I want that. They will pull your dress, they will pull your saris, they will pull you literally and take them to that place and show something, correct? They will start expressing at this point of time, and their learning will be more and more and more, and base of a behavior. They will start expressing themselves. They will start showing you the sad faces that I am not in a good mood. They will start expressing that I am very happy that you have brought me to the park, correct? So they will start expressing like something outside. If you just take them outside, how happy they are. They will start crying like once you don't give them to once you don't give anything like whatever they are interested with it. So if you are avoiding something, they will get to know. Okay, they should be the center of attraction, correct? Many are things like this. They will basic behaviors that whenever they feel hungry, they will start putting their like fingers in their mouth. Whenever they are feeling sleepy, they want to go to their mom, correct? They will be searching their mom, correct? They feel very comfortable with it, okay? And representation of emotions, it's full of excitement. On reaching up to 2 years of age, all the emotions of rapid growth in the emotions of a child behavior as well. Whatever they are going to do in this age, whatever that they are going to do in this age, that is in an infancy period, it is full of emotions and there is no control. For example, if for us, for a human being, for us at this point of stage, if we have to literally laugh to the core, now tumba nagbeku, if we have to literally laugh to the core, what should happen in front of us? The comedy should be so very strong for us to make us laugh, and it should be sensible, correct? For these children, it is not like that. A clap for around 3 times, or doing some actions for them, or doing some actions like this as a cat, or doing some actions, they laugh to the core. They enjoy that emotion, okay? They laugh to the core, and they doesn't have a control on their emotion. Everything they take it as an excitement. If you would have observed, you will get to know about it more. The children, they start expressing more and they will enjoy a lot. Now we will step into the form of education in infancy period. Okay. Proper environment for physical development. Okay. So what do you mean by proper environment for physical development? So what is that physical environment that we have to give for a child for a proper development? For 3 years children. Okay, fine. I will go ahead with this. Okay, so proper environment for the physical development in the sense the children should walk, the children should run, the children should scroll, the children could go behind, the children should be able to little dependent on themselves. They should be able to little dependent on themselves. They should be doing their self work, a little bit of basics work, they should be doing it on themselves. I will give an example. If the physical development is not there, what's going to happen? For example, if you have observed in the preschools, you have sent all of your children to the preschool, correct? Okay. So if you sent to the preschool, you could have seen there is a hoops, there is a trampoline, there is a slide, there is a swing, there is some seesaws, there is some radons. Many things are there for them to play, correct? Okay. For example, if it is a trampoline or if it is a hoops, that they have to go under something, come up, again that they have to jump, again they have to slide, or all those things. Will you give this chance at your home for children to do all these things? Will you give a chance for them? No, you always feel that they should be in a secure place. Don't jump on the bed. Don't go behind the table. Don't climb that window. Please go carefully with the stairs. Many restrictions will be there for the children. Correct? So that is the why in an education, the physical development should be implemented. They have to play a lot with the accessories or toys or playthings or play materials, which is very important for them, for their physical development. For example, I will give you a small example how exactly this physical development is going to take place. So for example, many of our parents, what are the mistake that they do when they are sending their children to the school is, many of them will be always holding them. Holding andre gottalla, etkonde irtare makkalna. They will never allow them to walk actually. So nowadays it's a nuclear family. Nuclear family andre gottalla, appa, amma, magu, and only child will be there. So there is no sibling nowadays. It's only child for everybody. So that only child will be born and brought up as a prince and princess in their family. Correct? Lot of security will be given for them. Lot of safety they will be looking into. I agree, safety is very important. I agree about it, but not to the level of holding always. When the child is ready to go for a school by around 3 years, okay, by 3 years, so the child should wear his bag, the child should hold his water bottle or whatever it is, wear his bag with a uniform, and should be able to wear their sandals and remove their sandals and come to the school. Correct? Whatever. What happens, many of the parents who come here to our school, when we are running a school, what they will do is, they will hold the children and they will come to the school, and if they see the madam, again they are going to give the baby to the teacher actually. Means that I am also holding it, you also hold them, you also held them, anta. Is that the right manner? Is that the right manner to bring up the children? No, correct? It is a physical development. If you are never allowing your child to do the physical development and securing them with all these restrictions, what's going to happen? The child is going to lag behind. I'll give you one example. 3 years child have to take the alternative stairs. Are you aware about this alternative stairs? Alternative stairs. 1, 1. The child have to climb like this, alternative stairs. If the child is holding a railing of a stair and keeping one leg, again the second leg, again one more leg, again the next leg, again the next leg. See, it's not an alternatively the child is not going. The child is taking one, next reaching to the next. The child is taking one more and next reaching to the next step. So this means that child is not confident enough. Okay, and one more important thing I'll tell you. So one more example I will give you. The child will hold a ball. The child will hold a ball and the teacher will be standing or a parent will be standing or whatsoever. The child have to reach the destiny with the ball. The child is going to take the ball and put it to that particular person whomever the child wants to reach. Okay. Many of the children will reach, but few of the children will not reach. They will take a ball, they will hold it, and they will be looking at the teacher, but they will be banging it in front of them only, because they doesn't know the destiny. Physical development is not being taken within themselves. They will be seeing the teacher, they will be seeing the destiny, but the ball will not reach the destiny. That will bang in front of them only. That means they are not able to gauge. They are not able to gauge the speed. They are not able to gauge the weight. They are not able to gauge. I see this much ball, whatever I am holding, should reach that destiny, means that they should be throwing it very well versed with the force. But they have that in their mind, but they are never able to reach particular destiny. That means the physical development is not taken place. So that he might receive the physical development naturally, this environment, it should be provided at home and in the school also. So you should not secure the children too much with the safety. You should allow them. Say for example, if they are walking in a park, let them not wear their shoes when it is a cemented or when it is a rough area. Let them get to know the difference between the rough, smooth, slippery or a gripped one, whatever it is. Let them enjoy their environment. Let them do their things on their own. Okay. So, but if you are not allowing them to do, then they are not going to develop physically. So if they are physically not developed, their confidence will go down. Chances of mental development. The child during infancy period should be provided such a chances so that he might get proper mental development as accordingly. It is true fact that there are quick and rapid mental activities or child behaviors during this period. Therefore, the child should be provided more and more. See, always we should try to encourage their curiosity, If at all, if you are not encouraging their curiosity is going to, they are not going to ask you any more questions. You should arouse the curiosity. What do you mean by arousing the curiosity? If the child is not curious. So sometimes what happens, all the children will not be asking a question. Some children, they will be very silent, cool, calm, innocent, something like that. What about that particular children? What about that particular mental development? How do we develop them? For example, I am just keeping an apple in front of me and I am going to tell a rhyme, apple rhyme, okay? Wash the apple, wash the apple, wash the apple just now. Cut the apple, cut the apple, cut the apple just now. I am going to wash the apple and cut the apple and show it to them in front of them, correct? And they will be very curious what is there inside. See, this is apple, I washed it and I am going to cut it. What you can see inside? A small black seeds you can see inside, correct? A small black seeds you can see inside the apple, correct? Okay, then fine. So it is very tasty and it is very yummy. Come on, taste it. Next, I am going to take a chiku, correct? I am going to take a chiku. Wash the chiku, wash the chiku. The chiku is washed. I am going to cut in front of you. What will be there inside the chiku? What will be inside the chiku after once you cut? The seeds will be there. You can see the big seeds. All the children will come together. Ellaru hatra bartare. Bandu, what is there, madam? What is there inside? They will see the seeds. Okay. Next, what's going to happen? So, do you learnt about apple and chiku? Now, can we learn about an orange? So, take an orange now. Wash the orange. Wash the orange. This is orange. Shall I keep it aside? Shall I keep it aside? What are you expecting me to do now? Yes, peel it and show it to you. This is how you are going to arouse their curiosity. They should be very curious. This is how you should attract them. This is how you should teach the lessons to them. This is how you should arouse their curiosity by doing the things. If at all, if they are not curious, what is going to happen? If at all, if they are not curious, they are going to listen to you. They are not going to ask you any questions. What's going to happen? Nothing. The child is going to assume the things. Assume in the sense what? They will never have a proper education related to whatever they have to learn. Hige irbodu, this is all it is. That is all it is. This is done. The camera will be like this. Orange will be like this. Apple will be like this. When apple is grown in a plant, is orange a man-made thing? No, that is also grown in a plant. They should try to correlate it. When they are more curious, they are going to learn. But if they are not curious, their learning is going to stop. Their creativity is going to stop. So always I request you to not to stop their curiosity. You should encourage their curiosity. Sometimes they might not ask the right questions in front of anybody or in a social life to embarrass you. You might get embarrassed or something. In that cases, you can just tell them that, can I just go back to the home and answer for your questions? Okay. So many a times this happens. You people feel very embarrassed when children is going to ask some questions. As already I told you for curious matter. So why the train will go on a track? Why the bus will go on a road? They have this curiosity. If you tell them, yes, always the train will go on a track, always the bus will go on a road, keep quiet. This is how it is going to be. This is how it is going to be. This is the way we are going to teach them. This is the way we are going to clear their curiosity. No. So you have to bring a toy train, a small 50, you will get a toy train for 50 rupees also. Like however you are going to explain. It depends completely on you. It depends completely on you how are you going to explain. You can show them in a picture, you can show them in a WhatsApp, you can show them in a YouTube, you can show wherever you want, but you should give them a proper explanation. But me as a teacher, what I will do is, I will just get a toy train, get a track, and I am just going to show them like how the train is going to go. If without the track, how the train is going to, there is no track, the train cannot go, the train will go haywire. So that is the way track is very, very important. So the train should go on a track, the bus should go on a road, the helicopter will always fly. So this is the concept and we have to explain them, or else what's going to happen, they will wrong assume the things, their curiosity will stop, their learning is going to stop. Encourage to the fundamental tendencies. So encourage to the fundamental tendencies is like, do not restrict them always, you encourage, give them a glass of water, ask them to pour it to the bucket, from the bucket take a glass of water and put it to somewhere else, ask them to bring some books, ask them to write on their own, ask them to do the things on their own, ask them to fold a small kerchief, ask them to fold their clothes. Many are things like this, fundamental tendencies, doing the things on their own. Let them do the things on their own, encourage for that. For example, if you are feeding your baby to drink a milk for around 3 years, you will start feeding your child by around 1 year or 1.5 years, whatever, to feed the milk. Correct? While feeding the milk, you will be sitting very next to them because they will spill. Okay. How long you can do this? Dear parents, how long? Dear students, how long you can do this? Correct? You cannot do this for many days. So one fine day the child should drink on his own. Correct? How early he is going to learn, that early it will be, your life will be that easier. Correct? So what we have to do is, we have to make them the practice of their fundamental basic skills. Okay? If one day they might spill, but I will tell you, as early they are spilling, as early they are spoiling, as early they are breaking, you should make them understand the consequences of it. No worries if you are spilling a water today, no worries if you are spilling a milk today, no worries that you are tearing a books today, but if you should just tell them the impact of it. If you are going to spill, what's going to happen? If you are going to tear, what's going to happen? If you are going to fall down, what's going to happen? So you should always tell them the impact of it again and again if you want to do it. So you can do it, but this is how it's going to be. So you should give them a training. I'll just give you one more example. We have a practice in our school, preschool. Like all the children, whoever is coming, while coming we will remove their sandals, but while going while coming we will remove their sandals, but while going we give them around 10 minutes of time for each individual child, because we know like when exactly the parents are going to come and pick them. So 10 minutes early we are going to let them off. We are going to make them to identify their own sandals. We are going to make them to wear their sandals on their own. Okay. So many of the parents used to restrict us. See, before, like in the initial days when the school started, you all were like making our children wear the shoes and remove the shoes, but nowadays we have started to do the things on themselves. This is not fair enough. Okay, they will start complaining to us. See, when we are doing that already, it will not, see, by children wearing on themselves, it will take minimum 10 to 15 minutes, but when we are making them to wear, it is hardly 2 minutes for make them, it is very easy for us to make them wear, but we want our children to learn. Parents will not understand that concept. That is why countries like US, countries like Australia, like other countries, they give countries like Japan, so other countries will give lot of importance for their self-learning, and education means accordingly to them, education means that is not an academics only which is completely related to the books. No, it is called a life skills. They make them to take a bath on themselves, they make them to swim, they want their children to learn the swimming, they want their children to learn folding their clothes, they want their children to tidy the place, they want their children to keep the things in their place, they want their children to take the toy play and again keep it back, they want their children to do the things on their own. That is called the basics and life skills what they have to learn. Basics for life what they have to learn. This is what is been educated in all the daycares, in all the daycares what we call it as preschools. In other countries they make them to learn this, not the ABCD or 1, 2, 3. It's very, very important. So encouragement of the fundamental tendencies. They have to do their things on their own as early as possible by 3 years of time. So changes of personal concern. Okay, give importance for their feelings. So don't ever always restrict or try to induce or try to input whatever you want them to learn. So give them a chance to speak, give your ears for them at least in a day for 1 hour. Whatever the child he wants or she wants, let them speak. You try to understand them better. You will get to know the taste of them. You will get to know what is right and what is wrong. So is the child having a good companion, or is the child having a bad companion, or she is mingling with the good people, or he is mingling with the bad people. You will get to know many more things when you give 1 hour of time for your child. Listen to them properly. Listen to them properly. Listen to the personal concerns. So is the child lying or really facing a problem, or the child is really feeling ill health, or the child is acting or whatever. Don't ever come to a conclusion. So please listen to them and give a personal concern. Maybe the teacher, maybe the parents. Always as a teacher, as a school teacher, what you can do is, if the child is very naughty all these days, but today is not at all naughty, is sitting silent, that means that he has some personal problem. You just have to identify and speak to that child and make him comfortable. The child is too innocent but is too arrogant today, that means that the child is having some disturbance within his family or his health issues or whatever. You have to find it out. Then only you can have a strong relationship between the child as a parent, as a teacher. Please give the importance, personal concerns should be addressed by teachers and the parents. Then you will have a strong relationship. This is also an education. Okay. Okay. Next, development of self-dependency. So always try to give them the confident. Don't ever label them. Don't ever blame them. No, he is not like that. No, he is too weak. No, he can't go alone. No, he never did that work before. No, he doesn't know to do this. Okay. So always no's will be there. Especially no's. Nowadays parents, like, they don't want their children to do. No, don't go outside. No, don't go here. Don't go there. Don't sit here. Don't sit there. Don't make noise. Don't speak like this. Don't. Always lot of restrictions to nowadays children. Okay. Give them some self-dependency. Let them do the things on their own. Let them speak out. Let them walk out. Let them work out. Let them play. Okay. So let them do their things on their own. Maybe today he might break some saucers, break some cups, break some ceramic items or whatever. Okay, but tomorrow 1 or 2 cups breaking down, he is going to become a perfect. Let them do the things on their own. Teach them a technique of doing the things faster, how faster he can do the things, but don't be always behind them to complete their work. How long the parents can be with the children? Answer this question to me, dear students. How long the parents can be with the children? How long? Yeah, until they grow, until they become a teenager, until they become they are self independent, something, whatever it is it, correct? So one day they have to be independent. The parents cannot support the children until and unless the children are alive, correct? We are the one who is going to pass away early comparatively to the children, correct? So they are, once they are going to go to their old age, then only they are going to be no more in this world. So till then, can we be alive? Can I be alive until my son is going to his old age? It's not possible. One day they have to be independent. So let them be independent. Don't always secure. But I will tell you one more important thing, dear students, today. So let me discuss the other few points, maybe by learning the games or development of self-dependency. All these are very, very, very important points where I have to elaborate it to you. It's very, very important. I have to elaborate it to you. I can't just discontinue just like that. I can't rush just like that, because this is very, very important. One important thing I would like to tell you and end this class, that is like how independent the child should be. That is what we were speaking about. Correct? So always we have to teach and train them to themselves to be an independent, but how long we can be with them, correct? Like we as a parent should always support them to be independent, but we should not be restrictive how long we can be with them, It is difficult. Okay.